Good morning, guys. Mike, aka Crypto Jewels. I'm going to do a Trias update real fast. I'm not a financial advisor, guys, so don't blindly follow anything I say or do. All right, let's look at the chart here. All right, so from a micro standpoint, let's start here, guys. I see this as a macro one wave to complete our macro 5-wave structure. And we are currently in a corrective wave, being an ABC, the red A, B, and then this being a C wave. I am of the opinion that this C wave is not complete yet. However, it is possible that it is complete, but I don't believe it is. I have a couple of parameters that I will require in order for me to jump back in this trade, which I will be buying Trias back. If I buy it back higher, then so be it. That does not bother me one bit. I don't really care where I buy this. I just want to make sure that I buy after it has reversed or where I think it will reverse at. I'm not just going to jump into this thing just to jump into it, and play these bounces that are what I consider emotional bounces that are probably chopping people up left and right. So regardless of this count being correct or not, again, guys, I really don't care. It's my analysis. This is how I view the chart. This is how I'm trading it. I don't put any kind of bias or emotion onto this thing. I'm not married to Trias. I don't ultimately care where I buy. If I buy higher, then I buy higher. If I buy lower, then I buy lower. But my main price targets are still above, $100. So I'm not too worried about missing a couple percent here or there. So like I said, guys, I see this as a 1-2, and then we are on our 3-wave now. There is a possibility that our 3-wave is in on a truncated 5th. This could be a truncated 5th here, being a 1, 2, 3 ABC. That could be a complete correction, and this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that being a truncated 5th, and this being our 3rd wave. That is a possibility. And if you guys watch my other videos, that could also mean that this count could potentially be over, because I do have another count. I might have to go find it, but I do have another count where this is actually a 3-wave here, being like this. This is my 3, and that would be our 4. And then if this is a truncated 5th, that could mean that that is our truncated 5th overall, and our C wave is in. Okay, so that's possible. This thing is possible that this bottom is in. I do like a couple things on this. I like that we are making a divergence on the RSI. As you guys can see, we've got a downtrend in price action, and we have an uptrend on the oscillator on the RSI. That is a good sign that we're going to bounce. Doesn't mean that we're going to reverse. It just means that it's a good sign that we're going to bounce. If you guys look at the Bitcoin chart, we had a similar situation during the last bottom of Bitcoin down at 28,000. You had your first wick that created your bottom of your RSI, and then it kind of jacked around while it continued to slowly grind, causing mass pain and mass chop, and probably a lot of people to lose a lot of money on liquidations and trading and all sorts of different things. So you had that scenario there, and I believe, quite frankly, that we're going to have a similar scenario here. So it's possible, that this is finished, like I said, but it's also possible that this does something like what Bitcoin did, where it grinds around. It continues to make higher highs on the oscillator here, while setting lower lows on the price. That's possible too, but it is shaping up to look like it's going to reverse, in my opinion. I am not interested in buying this back until we, at minimum, reach 1050. once I'm not talking about wicking over it. I'm talking about reclaiming that zone. If we reclaim this zone, and what I mean by that is if this thing pops up here like this, comes back down, retests it, and starts to make, price action above that zone, then I'll buy back in. So if we do pop up and we retest this, I might buy back on a retest with a stop loss right underneath it. That way, if it is impulsive and I do have the wrong count here, that way I buy as optimally as possible back at 1050, and have a stop loss under it in case it's just a fake out, which is certainly possible, kind of like this here. As you can see, this popped up, and then got rejected, and now has been just kind of slowly grinding in a downwards price action ever since. But ultimately, I still believe that we have another leg down. How deep that leg goes, I don't know. I was anticipating 575 to 650. So this is my ultimate buy zone that I will buy back in here. So I'm either buying 650 to 750, or I'm sorry, 550 to 650 here on a potential 3-wave, or I will be buying if it reclaims 1050. So those are the 2 ways I'm looking at Trias. Again, I don't care, I do care, obviously. I want to buy lower and then I want it to go higher, but I'm not going to get chopped up here. I'm not going to be buying tops, selling bottoms, because my emotions are getting the best of me and I don't want to miss on a 3%, run, or 5% or 10%. That's not how I trade. That's not how I analyze markets. In the grand scheme of things, if you zoom out, I ultimately believe we are, going a lot higher. So if I don't buy the bottom and I have to buy higher, it's not that big of a deal to me personally. So hopefully this helps you guys, and talk to you all later. See you.